News Radio 1000 KTOK. I'm Gwin Faulconer Lippert. Well, I know for many years now we have been discussing the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority, and my favorite go-to people are Randy Carter, the Director of Strategic Communications for the Oklahomans for Responsible Transportation, and his fellow board member, Tassie Hirschfeld. They joined me this evening to bring us up to date on some public meetings that have been happening down around Norman. Good evening. How are y'all tonight?
And we are good. Thanks
Wonderful.
for having us.
Good. And you heard me introduce you as a board member, Tassie. Is that good?
That is good. I am, as I mentioned, a board member because I'm bored with the OTA's BS yet again. But
so what are they doing? What is the, it looks to me like they've done a bait and switch. Is that okay, we need to tell everyone, this is about the turnpikes that they're routing through Cleveland County. And I'll say because of the Board of Reclamation, they've now redrawn the route, but they haven't really drawn the route because now they're having public meetings. And if I'm interpreting this right, they're wanting you to pick the route. So you get to pick the properties of your friends and neighbors that they're going to destroy. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty darn accurate. They want you, basically they want us, they said they want to know, well, first of all, they said, hey, it's coming, whatever you think. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. Hey, it's on the way. You're going to get it, whether you want it or not. Bend over and take it. So what the way they framed this meeting is that they wanted people that might be in the path, and now they've got like a 2 or 3 mile wide potential path. They haven't said it, but it's obvious that that's where it's going to have to go if they're going to follow through with it. So they put a whole bunch of people under the gun, but they want everybody to come in and tell them where there's a cemetery or a flood zone or this or that, basically to come in and tell them that I want this to go over my neighbor's house, not mine.
And I am even more cynical because the first time around, they didn't care about any of that. They drew that first line on the map with zero conversation with anybody in the city of Norman. And I don't think that they've really changed as people. And I think this is kind of for show.
So they have said to you, it really doesn't matter if the citizens of Norman want this or not. We're doing it. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, they're not even that polite. They've just said, it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. And I'm just like, no, I don't know that. Every single step of this process has been very, very wrong. In my opinion, borderline illegal, if not outright illegal. And none of it should have happened at all. So I still refuse to believe that it will.
And they're not going to go east of Lake Thunderbird because that would be Native American property, and they've said no, correct?
Yes.
Well, that's part of it. We think that they don't want to go east of the lake in the first place because of the influence of developers and with the idea of trying to get Norman to change its zoning to allow more dense housing and otherwise, or industry or retail or whatever in this floodplain or flood zone or watershed, excuse me, that's right, wasn't it? The watershed of Lake Thunderbird in order to allow for more development.
Now, I think I saw where, yes, the county commissioners voted for it. The city council voted against it. They're going to go with the county commissioners. But did I just see where the city of Norman is in dire straits with their budget and they're going to have to cut billions?
No, that's Cleveland County.
Oh, so it's the county commissioners that are really going to have to cut their budget. How are they going to maintain roads along a turnpike then?
Well, I mean, it's even worse than that because how can they vote to approve access roads that are connected to the city when the city says no? So every single part of this has just been a hot mess, and nobody seems to know what's going on. And there's a giant budget hole. So go figure.
So
yeah, there's some controversy. There's some controversy going on with that, with the sheriff and the Cleveland County Sheriff and the Cleveland County commissioners I'm not an expert on the details of that. I've just seen what's been in the news, but it seems to me that they're having some monetary issues with each other. And it's the county budget board, I believe, that's meeting and going to have to deal with these issues. And the county commissioners are on that board, and I believe some of the other county elected officials, like the clerk or the assessor, and I'm not sure exactly who, but it's an issue that's been brewing for quite some time. And
Now, is there an upcoming meeting that you all are organizing for?
oh, absolutely, yes. We have got our fourth annual. Can you believe it's fourth annual? We've been messing with this crap for 4 years. Anyway, Royal Bavaria, Andy and Laura at Royal Bavaria are hosting the Pike Off OTA Family Fun Night again for the fourth time. It's a time for all of us to get together and have some great German buffet, Bavarian buffet that Andy puts together. And it's also a fundraiser. We want to raise a little money. We still have things going on that we are trying to do to stop these turnpikes from wreaking Category 5 devastation through Cleveland County and the city of Norman. So we would love for everybody to come this coming Sunday, June the 8th, at Royal Bavaria on Sooner Road. I believe it starts at 5 to 8. There'll be great food, entertainment, I believe some auction, I don't know whether it's a silent auction or a loud auction, but we've got lots of fun and want to invite everybody to come out and help support Pike Off OTA and Oklahomans for Responsible Transportation.
So, and I'll add too that the OTA.
Go ahead.
The OTA board meeting this month was canceled, so I feel like we hurt their feelings, and that's probably also worth celebrating.
Tassie Hirschfeld and Randy Carter are my guests. They are with the Oklahomans for Responsible Transportation, and they are very much opposed to new turnpikes that have been drawn through Cleveland County and formerly were through their property. Now they're through their friend's property. We'll talk more about it. It's called Access Oklahoma. I prefer to think of it as Excess Oklahoma, and you will understand why. If you want to know more, go to No More Turnpikes or Pike Off OTA on Facebook or the web.